Good morning. My name is Ed Hanzarek. We're in Nova Scotia, Canada, in my golf studio. I'd like to talk about a shank killer move that has worked so well for me with my students who tend to hit the hosel. These people have worked on standing further away, doing all manner of things to stop the shank, but it always seems to come back until they learn the so-called magic move of shank stopping. I learned this from my mentor in Jacksonville, Norrie Wright, how beneficial it is to learn to swing and learn certain moves in golf level to the ground. So I've got a pool noodle and a golf tee and a hammer on a shaft. And I'll get people to make a swing level and not hit it too hard, just tap it. And in many, many cases, that club ends up going out this way. And that's because of the momentum. The outward momentum is pulling them out. Unless there is some sort of offsetting move, like tug of war, to counteract that outward motion, you're going to hit the heel every single time. Now, people do little band-aids to stop that heel shot. One band-aid is just to lean backwards. That might work, but it compromises other parts of your swing. Another band-aid is to pull one's arms in. Could work as well. That might not be the best way. The best way is to pull the end of the lever, this long lever here at impact. The only way you can affect it is to pull it this way. So I'll get people to swing and feel like they're pulling this lever back. And I've played tug of war with people. I'll get a very strong young golfer to hold this, and I'll say, let's play tug of war. You pull me and I'll pull you. And they try to do this, they try to do this, where I'm using the ground, I'm recruiting the earth, and I'm pulling this way. And I can knock them off their feet. So that's a learned feeling. When people get down to the ground with a real golf club, and certainly the plane is now different, but it's the same motion. So instead of pulling this way now, as you bend over, you're pulling this way. So that club will go up and backwards. A lot of great teachers are teaching this right now. Brian Manzello is one that I've learned this from first. And Michael Jacobs, up and back. It's a pull. The fear that golfers have is that they're going to lift their head. And the reason people don't really do this athletic motion is they're so worried about if something moves here that the world comes to an end. But this motion sort of works around the upper spine. And you can see when I do that motion, that club comes towards me. That is the opposite of a heel shot where the club goes away from you. If your shoulder's too close to the ball, it goes out. If the shoulder comes up and away and back, recruiting the whole body to do that, the golfer's hands are actually moving up and in. And the only way you can do that, well, you can do this, or you could bend this way, or you could do it properly, which is using this. When I taught golf in the Kingdom of Bhutan, there were monkeys everywhere. So I tell people that if a monkey jumped on your back, you just toss that monkey. A little way you can practice it at home is just get an impact bag or something heavy that you can hook your club around. And just feel like you're just pulling that, using this lever, not bending, just yanking it right off. So you're just taking the end of this lever, you're not going this way with it, pulling it straight back. So that motion is critical, and it's also a really good way to learn to hit the ball further. So an exercise you can do, actually hitting a shot, would be just little swings. I like to feel like I'm just taking a little tiny swing, and almost like that club is going to dive into the ground unless I save it and pull it out at the last minute. So it's a very strong pull, just as I did with the bag. I think that's going to help you a lot.